If you're a chronic maladaptive daydreamer, just like I was, you more than anyone else need to understand this. Once you actually get this mindset that no one can save you but you, your life will never be the same because you are the master of your own destiny. And it all starts with your mindset. So, guys, I was going on a walk in my neighborhood, and then these realizations popped up in my head, and I decided that I needed to share them with you. So, I recorded them on my phone and wrote about it when I got back home. And one of these realizations is this very video. So, as someone who suffered from maladaptive daydreaming and limerence, I was always fantasizing about being saved by someone from the hell I was living, be it a relative, the police, or a literal stranger. I didn't care. Just get me out of here. And yeah, it is embarrassing to recount, but also not at all shameful if you're going through these same thoughts. I also had these fantasies about redemptions and revenge arcs where the people who wronged me would start making amends or would realize that their actions have consequences, and then finally I could be happy. That never happened. And I have come to understand that it never will. Will these people change? Maybe. Will I gain support from others and help from time to time? Sure. But no one else is gonna save you from your life. The problem with just waiting is that you are out here trying to avoid life. Wanting to be saved stems from a lack of accountability, which is understandable because it's not your fault that your life is the way it is. But who is responsible for your own well being and happiness? It's you. Another side of the issue is the lack mindset, which leads you to believe that opportunities for good to happen are limited, and therefore, why should I even try? Instead of focusing on all you've got in your life, for example, the fact that you even have time and the resources to watch this video, you're just wallowing in self pity and victimizing yourself, basically. Also, another thing I see in others who are also fixated on others saving them is that they have a fixed mindset rather than a growth mindset. They can't imagine a future where they are a different person with more skills, knowledge, and wisdom to go through the world and its hardships. That's why the world seems so terrifying to them, because they think that they could never rise up to the challenge. And let's talk about it, because there are a lot of reasons behind why this idea of being saved is so prevalent. Firstly, it could be due to childhood trauma. For example, when we were children, problems seemed endless and unsolvable until something outside of ourselves changed, maybe because of our parents. But you're not a child anymore. You have more tools and resources than ever before. Even if you're still dependent financially on someone else, you still have control over your immediate reality. Also, another contributor to this stupid mentality is the media. Like, the media has always fed us this narrative of a Prince Charming coming to save us, or that the situation will suddenly and on its own change for the better and exactly to what we want it to be, even though we had zero say or control in the matter. I call that utter BS. And yeah, this new way of looking at the world is not for the weak, because you are putting yourself at the center of all your problems, which can be severely taxing to the mind to see how your contributions are there for every issue in your life. But it's also freeing, the realization that you don't have to wait and can take control of your life starting today. I don't know about y'all, but that's the kind of mentality I'd like to subscribe to. The uncertainty of whether my plans and goals and habits will work out is better than the uncertainty of just sulking and waiting to be saved. And this mindset is not about fixing everything wrong with your life, at least not immediately, but actually about starting to impact your life even just a little every day. And to really hone it in, I want you to imagine this scenario. There are two siblings who live together under the same roof. They had hardships and trauma filled childhoods, And yeah, the circumstances they were born into weren't favorable, but they both end up in completely different places. Sibling A thinks that there is no way out of this. They are stuck until some miracle happens. They don't try to improve themselves. They don't go out of their way to learn new things. They don't pursue opportunities because they can't see those opportunities. Their pessimism makes it so hard for them to believe that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Sibling A ends up leading a life similar to their parents, a life that isn't easy or fun or fulfilling, hanging on to the hope that maybe someday something will change. On the other hand, we have Sibling B. And Sibling B grew up to witness all the same horrors and might have also believed that this is their fate. But you know what? They got sick of it at some point. They decided that they wanted better for themselves. And they're not gonna wait for others to save them or for the awful people in their life to change. They are the ones who are gonna change. The process is excruciatingly difficult at first. They make a lot of mistakes throughout their life, but at least they're always choosing better every day. They lead a healthy, normal, mistake filled life that is also rich and freeing and fulfilling. And you could do that too. I believe in you. For me, the shift began when I understood that only God could save me, and I decided to put my trust in Him, in myself, and the process of change itself, with its highs and lows. And I also decided that I deserve better for myself. So, first thing, you gotta decide what needs to change and what can you change right now, and release all control of everything that you have no control over. Then make a plan on how you're gonna get closer to your goal every day. Research and consume content to help you level up your mindset, knowledge, skills, and your personal toolkit, basically. Distance yourself from the people who you don't want to be like, and get closer to those you admire and would like more of in your dream life. And those bad habits you have, if you're unhappy with something or someone, look for a new one. There is a lot for you out there, so practice abundance and change what needs to change for you to protect yourself and your peace. And remember, give yourself time. I know most of us hate waiting because we want it now, but you are just gonna make it harder on yourself. Enjoy your life. If you don't accept this, it is gonna be harder. Accept that it will take time for you to adjust, that healing has its bad days, and that bad days are just opportunities for progress. Also, another thing to consider is that your body might be in some kind of shock with all the changes you are making, especially if these changes impact your health or energy levels. So be patient and compassionate with yourself, and of course, always celebrate the wins and practice gratitude for the current life that you have. You can't truly change out of hating yourself and your life. You should be loving, but still want more for yourself. And yes, there is a lot of uncertainty that comes with taking the courage to live actively and not passively, but you gotta trust yourself and trust the process and trust that God is doing all of this in your best interest. You are not here to only survive and just get by, but to also thrive. You might not understand why things came to be or how things are gonna work out, but they will. I promise you. They did for me. And I had to hit rock bottom for me to say, you know what? I want more. Like way more. Not just average more. And here I am, studying in one of the best universities in my country, working on my greatest passions, taking good care of me, and becoming even wiser and smarter than your average teen. So yeah, things are hard sometimes, but the lower you fall, the higher you jump. And if you can't let things be and trust the process and have trust in you that things are gonna work out, it might be a symptom of perfectionism or fear of failure, which are basically two sides of the same coin. And you gotta work on that. My limiting beliefs video guide can help you with that. Okay, guys, so you know the drill. It's time for you to do your homework, which signifies that you're ready to step into creator mode and leave the victim mentality behind. Number one, do a journaling session where we write down everything you don't like about yourself and your life. It will kinda read like a hate letter, but trust me, you can't bring the good in before letting the bad out. Number two, based on the journal, list out aspects of your life that you do have control over or even a little influence over and start working on those things. Number three, take those aspects and formulate a plan or steps that you will take to change what you can't change. Don't make it time bound. We're not here to win some hypothetical race. Just identify what can you do in the next 72 hours to propel yourself forward. I have already given you some ideas in the previous chapter. And number four, create some system like a habit tracker to make sure that you're being truthful to yourself and trust the process. So yeah, don't let yourself get stuck in the fantasies and unhealthy behavior. You are meant to be more. That's why you're watching this video. This is a message for you to start asking for more. Don't wait for the perfect opportunity to arrive or for when shit gets too bad that you're forced to change. Do it now. I hope to hear amazing things from you guys in the weeks to come. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video and choosing better for yourselves. See you in another video, my loves. Bye bye.